Hello, and what is up, everybody? Kryllyk back here with some more Ex Nihilo. Skyblock, modded Skyblock, whatever you want to call it. I have more mods than just Ex Nihilo, so maybe we should just call this modded Skyblock from here on out. There has been some work done. Lots of work done. Basically, I've added stuff. So, I'm going to jump in here, and you'll see already one of the key mods that I've added. Jabba. Getting those barrels. I needed some better storage, and I didn't want anything too OP or anything like that, so just went with simple Jabba. But if we look in the mod list, I've added a few more. So we added Ex Nihilo, okay, and it's a kind of a companion mod to the Ex Nihilo, hence the X type thing. And basically, what this guy does is it broadens the compatibility and includes some other mods. So you might see them right here. Ars Magica 2. Gonna become a mage. A mother bleeping wizard. That's right. Another one is Natura. Okay. Mostly for its building stuff, but still pretty awesome items through Natura. Another one that it adds, let's scroll on down. Thumbcraft. The one and only Thumbcraft. 4.1. So, that is also key. And you're thinking, Skyblock, how do you get all this stuff? Well, guess what? You can. That's all part of the setup. And last but not least, some Tinker's Construct. So lots of fun stuff, pretty simple stuff, nothing too crazy. Again, I don't want this pack to be bloated. I want this pack to be, you know, simple, to the point. Everything has a purpose in this pack. When I think about adding things to it and this and that, I'm coming up with a purpose and why we should be adding it. Jabba is going to be a better storage solution at the early to mid game until you can get yourself a nice applied energistic system. What was really lacking in this pack in the early to mid that I made was storage. It was not that great. Okay, just vanilla chests, that's about it. Oh, ho-hum. 40 some odd diamonds. No big deal. Factory, I love you. Okay, so lots and lots of fun things that we need to get going on. And the first, but the most important thing out of all of this was, and this is before I upgraded, I saved a backup just in case. I got my cows. That's right. Moo, steak, and I got 2 of them to boot. So, we now have a source of leather. We have wool. We have Horsey. Hi, Horsey. Hey, buddy. But we can now start doing some good, solid work here. We got steak. We got bacon. Now all I need is a mod to wrap that steak in bacon, and we'll be good to go. Bacon wrapped steak. Oh, yes. So good. But before we jump into that, we're going into something else. So I started prepping a little something on the side here. And, well, I'm going to say something. Guys, make sure you go check out a good pal of mine, Surgonan. Surgonan. He's also kind of got his own little pack going for Skyblock. So if you want a quick pack and you want to have some good fun, make sure you check out his YouTube video. YouTube videos, I should say. The other note that's very important is I will be releasing this mod pack. Okay? After I play it for a few hours here, I'm going to make sure that everything's running okay, we have little to no crashes, and that we have no issues. If we have no issues, I will be releasing it to you guys, and I'll do an install video and all that kind of stuff on how you can get exactly what I have here. Good fun, right? The hammer system that we created last episode is working just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. No complaints whatsoever. It's going fantastic. And I kind of dug out a little bit here, and there's a reason for that. Over here, I set up a little system. Now, one of the problems that this current factory has, and the reason I did it this way is for a reason, okay? When you sift and you start from stone down to gravel, and you continually cycle it through with the hammers and all that stuff, basically, that's how you multiply your ores with Ex Nihilo, okay? Very nice stuff. It's good, right? So this is the best way to get the most metals, for example, and diamonds, okay? But one thing that, there's a few things that we're not getting from this factory, and we're going to try to solve that today, okay? One of those items is we stopped getting redstone and glowstone. Both very, very important resources, and we're going to need a whole bunch of them because all of these things cost just a buttload of them. So let's get to work on that right now before we get too far. And then hopefully we'll still have some time to do a little bit of maybe barrels and stuff like that. That's at least my plan for this episode. So back here, I've set up 2 sifting platforms, okay? None unlike the ones we had elsewhere, okay? None unlike the ones we had right here. Okay, so we have 3 autonomous activators on 1 sieve, okay? Now, I positioned these to be at the correct height to fall into the correct chests based on the resource that they're going to be sifting, okay? Pretty slick so far. So down here you can see I've already put in the water above this sieve, so that one is fully operation. We'll cover that up. And this one up here is now fully operational, okay? Very good. We can throw the water on top of the sieve and simply cap it off with a couple blocks. And of course, make sure you light it up. Last thing you need is a little creeper going boom. Now you're probably saying, well, how are you going to get all of these beautiful resources? Well, this one here is going to take sand. And this one here is going to take dust. Pretty straightforward, right? How are we going to get those? Well, the easiest way that I can think of is by adding a few energy conduits. Uh-oh. Well, that might be our first crash. Actually, second. Let me be back. Alrighty, so I'm back after that crash. I'll have to monitor that. It kind of set me back a little bit here. And I know a few people that can probably look at a few things and hopefully help me out down the line. But basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to slap down 3 pulverizers like so. These guys here are getting their power, which is great. But these 3 are going to supply all of this, okay? And hopefully I can figure this out on camera with you guys and not look like a complete and utter idiot doing so. So, the gravel, that one there, that's going to be our output from the cobble, is going to go to the left, and this is going to accept from the right, and it's going to send the sand. How do I want to do that? Is there a way to kind of make the sand randomized, right? So gravel into sand, but I kind of want sand to go into there as well as dust, and I want equal parts. So maybe I'll have to set up 2 more pulverizers to get this working perfectly, but we'll see. So then this pulverizer is going to have a dual output of dust and all that out the top. So basically this setup here with the 3 pulverizers and the igneous extruder will get you dust, okay? But there's the secondary outputs here that we have to deal with. And I'm going to make those yellow for now, like so. And we're going to set up a few item ducts, okay? So the primary output of cobble is, anybody? Gravel, okay, in Ex Nihilo. Alright. Then, so gravel's going to go right next door, and it's going to produce sand and or dust, okay? Then the sand is going to get produced into dust, okay? That gets it all the way down to the dust level, alright? And just by doing this, and we'll just turn that one off, and we'll set this to accept via the, is it that way? Or that way? I think that's right. Is that right? Okay, and then we output. So that should pull some dust into the autonomous activator here, and that'll start sieving, doing the sieve on the dust. There we go, perfect. And it should start placing it. I think it just placed it, and it should start grinding it down. I could probably confirm this by removing this block, but I'm pretty sure it's working just fine. So this is the easy part. Getting the dust into there. That's a piece of cake. Alright. Is there more coming? Let's make sure that this is working. Okay, the dust appears to be functioning, and I just got some blaze powder and some more pulverized stuff. Okay, excellent. So that is working as intended. Now, that water stream is heading into this chest right here, and then it is sorting through those items and placing them where they need to be. So we're getting some production down here now. That is great. Okay, so first step's done. I'm going to do a little bit of work on the next step here, and it might change a little bit, but we'll get it all figured out together. Okay, be right back. Alrighty, everybody, we're back. I've kind of done a little configuring, just rearranging. So I still have the same igneous extruder right here, which is great. But now I have an item duct coming out into this first pulverizer, which is facing the other way, and its outputs are as follows, which will go into this one, and this one. Same as what I showed you before. Okay. Then I have power running up to 2 additional pulverizers. Okay. This guy here, the only problem that I have is it's a little tight getting by this. So I'm going to need to get a few more item ducts here before we do that. But we are going to have the input to this side, the red output to the left, and we're going to have that yellow output to the top. Okay, that should do the job. Yeah, it's going to be a little messy with piping here, but it's going to work nicely. And this guy here, we're going to accept from the side, and we are going to output orange on the black, on the back of the machine. Okay, this guy here, yes, is going to be like that, And actually, instead of the side, let's do the input in the back. That'll work great. So the only problem that we're going to have is this will be ground into gravel, right? Gravel has a chance of outputting sand. So let's get up to it. And this guy here, we need a yellow and a red. Okay. Okay, so I don't have a way up there anymore because I just ruined it. No, I had a fantastic way up. But this guy here will then take the sand and pulverize it, or sorry, take the gravel and pulverize it into sand, and you will get the odd dust. Okay, so the dust output is going to come down and connect to this dust. Okay, now how am I going to split these? Well, it's the same way that I did down here, just using a cover of any type and placing it like so. We'll keep those pipes separate, which is going to be very handy in this build. So we can set that to be red. So basically any extra dust that I get from up here will go straight down and into this autonomous activator. Okay, makes sense? God, I hope so, because I can't re-explain it. And this guy here, I don't think I can even get in there anymore. So this guy here has its input on the back, and that's where the cobble's going to be coming in. Okay, then it's going to be outputting to the side, which goes to the other pulverizer, or the sand that it gets is going to go directly into the machine. Okay, so we also need to set up the sand to get back into that pipe. This guy here is going to be ejecting sand out the back and the dust out the side. So this guy needs to be red, that guy needs to be blue, and I need to get up top with some more item ducts. So let's grab a little bit of tin and a little bit of lead. Quickly make ourselves some more item ducts. I think we're going to get to the point where we're upgrading these items very, very soon. Okay. And there we go. So we're up top, so the cobble will come in here, and then we're going to have it pipe out the sand back into the system. Make sense? So that'll come into there. God, I hope this works. I have not tested it. We're about to do our first test together just by changing this. That goes to red. We should start to see this pulverizer get some cobble. Oh. Ah, I didn't quite do it. Okay. This also needs to go like that. Okay, so we should be getting cobble here. And I hope we'll get some here too. I might need to change this up a little bit. So we're getting the cobble. Once this is full though, it'll start sending up to there as well. So once both are full, it'll probably start just sending where it needs to go as the pulverizers go. So if this one runs out of one, it'll send it here. Then this one runs out of one, it'll send it here. Okay. This output here for the sand, this needs to be a red. Okay. So that should... that might end up in that pulverizer, won't it? Yes. I might need to set up a pneumatic servo. Yeah, it did. Okay. So that's a problem. Okay, so we found our first problem. We'll have to switch that up just a little bit. But I think for the most part, once this fills with cobble, we're almost there. We should be sieving some sand. There we go. It's full. We should start to see some cobble up here. Maybe? Maybe. Maybe not. Okay, so there... a little bit. A little bit's coming up now. Okay. One quick solution that I could do is I could just give this its own igneous extruder right beside it, which is what I'll probably end up doing. I think that might be the easiest fix. And then I need a few pneumatic servos, so I'm going to do most of that here. And then we're going to jump into making sure that this all works. So this is gravel, it's grinding down, and we're getting sand. Excellent. So that appears to be working as well. And any dust that we get should end up in here. Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. I like it so far. I'm going to get an igneous extruder, some lava, some water. We're going to clean this up just a little bit. And we're going to have to get some pneumatic servos to handle this sand, to make sure it ends up in here instead of in here. Which, if this is full of cobble, shouldn't be as much of a problem. Alrighty, so I'll be right back. Alrighty folks, so we're back with the video here, and I have it set up pretty much perfectly now. I set up a few pneumatic servos just to make sure that only sand is ending up in this activator, and over here that only cobble can get into this pulverizer. And that seems to have solved most of our problem. There is one problem. This isn't quite filling up with cobblestone with the one igneous extruder, so I probably will add another one off camera type thing, and we'll get this running at 100% and this running at 100%. But we're already backlogging on both of these, so as long as it runs, we should be a-okay. But one problem that I'm noticing is our power is doing okay. It's not completely running out, but it's not really getting better. So I may need to add a steam dynamo or something to that, just to give it that extra little juice that we may be looking for. That, and I need a lot more dirt. So either I'm going to, by chance, find an apple oak sapling, which, with the new mods that I just installed, is going to be very, very difficult, because basically all of the Natura trees come from the dirt sifting. So my odds or chances have just dropped dramatically. Or I need to come up with a better way to get dirt. And that might be just a multi-farm forestry. We can do up a quick cactus, pumpkin, you name it, with multi-farm, and we should be pretty good to go. So let's jump into, before we finish here, there's a couple things that I want to do. Okay, first thing is trash can. Okay, some stones, some cobbles, some chests. Alright, that's one of the things that I want to do. So, stone. Let's get 2 of these. Okay, for now. 2 of these trash cans. Like so. And I basically want to put one right here. And for now, I need one over here. This one will be a temporary one, because once we actually do something with these saplings, which I have a full double chest of, let me put it that way. Yeah, so, and I'm going to put one right here, okay? What a trash can does is it takes whatever you basically put into the trash can and voids it out of the world, deletes it, okay? So, with the trash can, we need a couple pneumatic servos. One last, there we go. And it should be 2 redstone if I remember correctly. And new. Pneumatic servos. You know, I should just make like 64 of these things. I'm using them so much. So, I'm going to install a servo on this trash can. And I'm going to set it to a whitelist. And I'm basically going to delete the items that I don't want to keep. So that, I don't want any more sulfur. I really don't want any more blaze powder, but I think I'm going to keep that one around for now. And all this aluminum, oh boy, probably do not need it, but we'll see. So if I set this to be that, and that, it should automatically, whenever I get some in, automatically trash can it. Okay, so let's give this a quick test with the sulfur. And give it a chest, sulfur. Okay, so we should see no sulfur here. No sulfur. Okay, I think the sulfur's still going to land here. Dang it. Okay, that's because of that, right? So let's install a servo on this guy as well. And we will say a white list. And I'm just going to put in all these items. Just for now. Makes it a little bit easier to work around. We'll definitely need to set up a barrel for the bone meal. That's for sure. So 5 items whitelisted. So now, if we put in all of this stuff, we should not see any platinum, sulfur, or anything like that end up in here. And it should all end up in this trash can. Done. Right? So, not too bad. And, I mean, I have almost 4 stacks of sulfur. The other one is flint and whatnot. I'm going to be basically sending pipes down here as well. And we're going to be making a few adjustments. So, excellent. We have deleted all of that stuff that's in here. The nickel, sulfur, and platinum. Okay? That is beautiful. But because I used that extra pneumatic servo, I need to make one more. And we're going to use this on the saplings now. Over here. Just to get rid of them for right now, so that I don't run into any storage issues. Okay, so basically I'm going to set it here. I'm going to whitelist the sapling. Like so. So it'll only pull saplings. Okay. We'll give this a quick little wrench like that and set it to low. And we should start to see it pulling out the saplings. And it should be going into the trash can and getting deleted out of the world. Sounds good to me. Seems like I just fixed a few of my issues with you guys, and it didn't take much at all. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you liked the video. I've basically tripled my production at this point in time. We probably almost have too much. We're getting a whole... Look at this. We are backlogging, and we need to do some work up here. Cocoa beans, jungle saplings. Look at the desert novas from Ars Magica. Some food or seeds, cactus. All this stuff we need to do similar things with. And the Certus quartz, of course, which is just beautiful. Beautiful sight to see. Anyways, guys, we're going to do a little bit of automation. I'm going to set this all up off camera a little bit, and we're going to jump into a little bit of barrels and maybe some better storage ideas. So, bye-bye for now. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, and tell everybody about me, all your friends. They need a little bit more Kryllyk in their life.